Howdy, and welcome back to the Texas Bucket List. You know, when it comes to getting that special someone a sentimental sweet treat, you can't go wrong with chocolates. We have found all sorts of curious candies all over the Lone Star State, but in Fredericksburg, we found a chocolatier who found a way to combine a little firewater with her fine confectionery, making it a sweet stop with some serious zing. Fredericksburg is always a fun stop on the Texas bucket list, thanks to plentiful peaches, beautiful scenery, and of course, Texas wine. And if you're looking for something tasty to team up with a Tempranillo, over at Quintessential Chocolates, they've gone above and beyond with these bonbons.
I had the opportunity to do something that I had wanted to do all along, and that was to make European-style confections.
Leisha Duke is fittingly enough of Swiss descent, and fortunately for me, pronounces her name with a little twang.
It's Texanized. It's actually a Swiss, and it's pronounced Letzia, but we don't do that in Texas. It was too weird.
Yeah, right.
So it's Leisha.
Born and raised in Baytown, Leisha used to come to Fredericksburg with her mom as a child, but life took her around the country. In the 80s, she started Quintessential Chocolates, and what makes her sweet so unique is its bite.
Wow, we just took a shot of something.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Her chocolates are filled with all sorts of spirits, from Texas bourbon, single malt scotch, to peach schnapps. Each of these candies packs a surprising punch.
It balances well. People have said, I don't know if scotch and chocolate work, and I'm like, yeah, they work.
Leisha started the business in Tennessee, but couldn't move back home to Texas till the 90s when her product became legal in the Lone Star State.
We are still illegal in over half the country.
Wow.
You can buy cannabis in Washington, D.C., but you cannot buy my product.
That seems crazy.
It does, because we use real alcohol. And but it's not, you cannot get inebriated on this product. To equal the amount of alcohol in our pretend glass of wine, you have to have 3,183 pieces.
3,000 pieces to eat this much alcohol.
Yeah.
I'll stick with the wine.
Yeah, you're just not going to get any fun out of this. You're going to go into a sugar coma, or your body is going to shut down from having to deal with all the food that it takes in the form of sugar and chocolate.
This is all about the flavors here.
It is, and it's just an indulgence.
Enjoying a piece of fine chocolate filled with your favorite libation is quite an experience.
To watch guys roll their eyes in the back of the head and drop to their knees, I'm like, babe, are you okay? You know, come on up here, you know?
But the process in making these chocolates with saucy souls is seriously scientific and been perfected over 200 years in Switzerland.
We built a barrel vault out of sugar crystals, just a few sugar crystals thick. So it captures the volatiles, and it gives us a structure on which to lay the chocolate, a thin coating of chocolate. We cast the liquid into cornstarch, and what happens is we form a sugar shell, literally on the surface of the liquid.
So
It's
the liquid
paper-thin.
is already in something, and this forms around it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We take a wooden tray, hot starch, and we make an imprint like you would for a sand casting. And then we drop the liquid in. For every molecule of water, there's 3 of sugar and 1 of the suspended alcohol. We drop it all into the cornstarch. Cornstarch only pulls the water out. When it does, the sugar crystals lock together and form a crystalline shell that's paper thin on the surface of the liquid. It's called a Zucker crust, that's German for sugar shell. And that's what forms on the surface of the liquid. Then we're able to pick it up and load it on the chocolate line.
That is one incredible science project. Someone was really bored in the chocolate factory one day.
Well, this was actually perfected over 200 years ago in Switzerland.
Wow.
So while we were hacking our way through the wilderness, they were doing this.
Now, when it comes to experiencing one of these chocolates brimming with booze, you have to be careful of spillage.
If you bite the end and shoot the shot, you're good. If you put the whole thing in, warm it up, allow it to crush on its own, you don't know when that's going to happen, and then we can tell because your eyes pop open. Or you can put the whole thing in and chomp. We don't care, as long as you contain the liquid. You know? Keep your lips closed, we'll be fine.
I love how the crystals crunch too.
Well, a lot of people like that, they think it's a cookie. They ask me if it's a cookie, and I'm like, if I could get a cookie that thin, I really would be famous.
Dessert with a drink, all in one bite.
We are the only ones in the country making it, and we make it right here in Texas, and I'm Texan, and I'm proud of it. I'd rather be this than anything in the world. I mean, it's been one hellacious ride between the laws and the business interruptions and the challenges thrown at me, but you know, Granny always said, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.